YouTube, and we're not online on Loud Majority's Twitter. This is a problem. We've encountered a problem, and it looks like we're going to encounter. This is a problem, so I'm going to try and fix it. Let me try and do this. I always have these issues trying to get onto the Twitter, man. It's really, really crazy. Oh, what a shame. All right, let's try this again. Sorry, folks. Give me a second. I want to try and get on the. Man, I want to try and get onto. I want to try and get both Twitters up and running. I don't know why this happens every time, but it does. So just hang with me for 1 second. I'll let everyone get in and try and get both Twitter's account up, Twitter accounts, up and ready. Let's see what goes on here. Let's go to Periscope. All right. I guess I got to relog into Periscope and get this to go. Hold on 1 second, folks. I'm sorry for the technical difficulties and the holdup, but I should be able to make this work now. So give me 1 more second, guys, and we will be in business. These beanies are very warm. I have to say, they're like, they're killing me. You know what? This microphone's way too close. I've determined that the microphone. Oh, I can't put the mask on. Oh, no. Oh, I'm wearing a beanie. All right, folks. So it looks like I'm trying to get Long Island Loud Majority's Twitter back online, and we are there. We are online. LILM's Twitter is on, and YouTube looks like it's going. My Twitter looks like it's going. And we're ready to rock and roll. All right. So if you guys were just watching on Instagram, on the way back from this meeting that I was in, y'all would have seen, excuse me, y'all would have seen, you would have seen that we were talking about Lynn Wood. And I was going on a little bit of a, not a rant, but a little bit of I was explaining my thoughts and about Lynn Wood, and a lot of people were saying that Lynn Wood, shouldn't have been telling people not to vote. And I look at it differently, and I say he wasn't telling people not to vote. He was telling people not to vote if the people that they were thinking about voting for hadn't earned their vote, which is fine. Again, if let's say I was running for office, okay, and I said, I'm running for office and I'm a Republican, and because I'm a Republican, vote for me because my opponent is a Democrat. You never want to market yourself, or you never want to market, how do I want to put this? You never want to differentiate yourself from your competition by telling other people what you're not. Because if you have to tell people what you are not, then you really are nothing. Okay? Again, if you have to tell people what you're not, then you aren't much of anything. Think about that. So if my main appeal to a crowd is that vote for me because I'm not him, if I'm a reasonable, sensible person in that crowd, okay, I understand. I have a piece of hair in front of my face. I got my hair cut. It's terrible. I understand that we have a socialist running, but I understand what you are not, but what are you? So who is Kelly Loeffler? Who is David Perdue? That is up to the voters of Georgia to figure out. And when they come to the conclusion about these candidates, they'll make a decision on whether or not they want to vote for these candidates. If it turns out that Kelly Loeffler and David Perdue do not publicly call for a special session to be called in Georgia, or do not publicly call for the election irregularities, and I'm going to say irregularities because I'm going to try and play it as fair, and this is going to bother a lot of people. So I'm just letting you know this is going to bother a lot of people what I'm about to do. But but don't take it the wrong way. But if Kelly Loeffler and David Perdue don't call for at least some questions to be answered regarding these election irregularities, and I'm going to call them irregularities because I'm going to play it down the road. I don't know if what happened in Georgia, for a fact, I don't know if what happened in Georgia was fraud, intentional fraud. I don't know. I literally don't. I don't know for a fact. I don't have a concrete source. So I can't physically say I know for a fact what happened in Georgia was absolutely fraud, right? But we deserve answers. The people deserve answers. And I was just mentioning this on the Instagram, and I'll mention this now on the YouTube and Twitter, that, and Steve, unfiltered conservative on Instagram, has been saying this. And if you're looking for a like button on YouTube, it's the thumbs up option. If how am I going to put this? I don't know what happened is fraud, right? I don't know exactly if it's fraud or not. I have no idea. But if we are to have confidence in our republic going forward, then, as Steve has been saying, as Lynn Wood has been saying, the spirit of 1776 needs to swell up within all of us. And we need to embody the spirit that founded the country. Civil disobedience and literally, like, we're not going to take this anymore. 1776 is and the spirit of 1776, that rebellious nature, that we're going to throw the tea in the harbor, we're going to make a ton of noise, we're going to voice our displeasure, and we're not going to be afraid to do so. That spirit needs to be spread, not just among us, but among everybody you know. The time for silence is it's we were duped into believing, and I was one of them. We were duped into believing this the silent majority. Oh my goodness, it's so cool. We're gonna strike from the shadows. We're the silent majority. We're gonna get out. Don't worry. We're just gonna get out and vote. We don't need to worry about it. Until we have to vote, we're not gonna make any noise. Those days are over. Those days are over. It's over. The days of just sitting back, excuse me. The days of just sitting back and waiting for a chance to vote as your chance to voice those days are over. What we did yesterday, what we've been doing, and by the way, yesterday was December 6th. That was 3 months since COPEG. COPEG was September 6th, our first rally. Before we were even a group, before we were even known as the loud majority. September 6th, COPEG. Yesterday was 3 months. We're 3 months old. Okay. Look at this. This is the best quote of the night. No one's ever going to top this. Chris Carano. The answer for 1984 is 1776. I could not agree more. I could not agree more. If we do not consent, we will not comply. Right? Government is supposed to be for the people, by the people, of the people, representing we the people. If we do not consent, we will not comply. You want to pass a mask mandate? You want to do social distancing? You want to enforce those laws and arrest people like these bar owners in Staten Island and things like that? You want to do that? You need to pass them as actual laws. And this governor and other governors across the country, they're just, they're throwing the constitutional, excuse me, they're throwing the traditional constitutional processes that have made this country great, cliche, that have bolstered and fortified the way our republic operates, governors across the country have used this virus as a means of usurping those restrictions on their own power. They're calling it states of emergency. They're calling it, a public health crisis. And I'm not to say that the virus isn't affecting people. Obviously, I know people who've had it. I'm not saying it's not a real thing. But the fear, the panic, the hysteria, it's not necessary. And I don't want to say, I don't want to offend anybody who may know it's not warranted. Percent or 99 point, whatever it is, upper 90s survival rate. It's not warranted. And if you want to pass those mandates and you want to pass these new policies about masks and social distancing, you need to do it the right way. You want to pass laws? There's a way to pass laws. There's a way to pass laws. It goes through your state legislature. It goes to the governor. It gets signed. The executive branch does not make the laws in any form of, doesn't make the laws. The legislative branch drafts the laws. The executive branch signs them into action. And the judicial branch reviews the constitutionality of the laws. The executive branch is not just gets to unilaterally legislate from their office, which is what our governor has done. And which is what governors in New Jersey, like Murphy, Pennsylvania, like Wolf, Connecticut, Ned Lamont, Michigan, Gretchen Whitmer, California, Gavin Newsom, Ohio, and he's a Republican, Mike DeWine. You want to see a real Republican governor? I'll give you two people right now. A real Republican. You want to see a real Republican governor? Ron DeSantis in Florida, Kristi Noem in South Dakota. People like to go, oh, Kristi Noem, she's not in charge of a lot of people. Oh. Ron DeSantis is. Ron DeSantis is a governor of more people than New York. And Ron DeSantis has said there's no more regulations. Small business. And our governor opened up his press conference today. Did you guys see how he opened up his press conference today? Did anybody happen to see it? I posted it on the Instagram. I posted it on my Twitter. I posted it on Parler. MeWe Freedom Book. Did you guys see how Andrew Cuomo happened to open his press conference today? Cuomo, I'd like to thank the New Yorkers who wished a happy birthday. It was my birthday yesterday, 39 again. 39. Listen, I'm gonna be honest to you right now. Excuse me. I'll be honest with you right now. My voice, I don't know what's going on. It just keeps going away. Andrew Cuomo, for a 63-year-old man, he's a good-looking guy. Why are you lying about your age? He's a loser. Shows you how insecure this guy is. And yes, Andrew, you're welcome for the birthday present. Okay, and we wish you a happy birthday. Everything's fantastic. And to everybody who came to Cuomo's house yesterday, whether you're from the Hudson Valley or New Jersey or Pennsylvania or Connecticut or Westchester or Long Island or wherever the hell it is you came from, all of us did a fantastic job yesterday. And you should all be proud of yourselves. What a great time. What a great time that was. And the after party at Hillary's, another great time. And people, why do you keep going to the governor's house? Oh, you know what? Because if we do nothing like we've done and expect different results, what does that make us? It makes us insane. We're no better than the liberals. So to bring it back to what the point of this conversation started is that government is supposed to represent us. We send them there to represent us. And when everyone says, well, Lin Wood is telling people not to vote. No, Lin Wood is telling people not to vote for people who don't earn your vote. It's called putting pressure on a politician. This is what our government is supposed to do. They're supposed to fear us. And I'm not saying threaten their lives. That's not what I'm saying. Don't do that. What I'm saying is they're supposed to fear us voting them out, ending their careers, firing them. That's what they're supposed to fear. That's what they're supposed to fear. And if we're not doing anything, if we're not, I'm not saying we all have to show up in front of people's houses, but if we're not making noise and we're just kind of sitting back and taking it, they're going to continue to just push until they've finally reached a breaking point with the people. Fact of the matter is, if we do nothing, Nick Vaccaro says Cuomo's mom probably hates him too. I agree. If we do nothing, if we continue to sit on our hands and do absolutely nothing and expect things to get better, then we are insane. I call the liberals insane. I call the left insane. I don't want to be insane. I'm a little crazy. I'm not going to deny that. I'm a little, just a little. We could say he's just a little crazy. The Long Island Majority Captain Deplorable, just a little crazy, we're saying. He's a crazy person. Oh, my God. I think the air is too dry is what's going on right now. But what Lin Wood was trying to say, and to wrap this part of it up, don't vote for people who haven't earned your vote. If you want to vote for Kelly Loeffler and David Perdue, then you need to make them earn your vote. And if they won't publicly call for these irregularities to be looked into, for an explanation to be given over ballots stuffed in a suitcase being pulled out from a table after everybody leaves, if they're not going to call for an irregularity like running the same amount of votes, between Biden and Trump, and then there being a discrepancy, 113% Biden, 87% Trump, and it's the same variance on both sides. It's 13% off of 100 is 87, and 13% plus 100 is 113, right? A 26% swing. If we're not willing to even look into that and say, hey, if this happened across the country, 26% swing, if this happened across the country, that's the entire election. That's the popular vote too, where this Dominion, where this Commodore says Cuomo sucks. Thank you, Karen. Appreciate that. But if we're not willing to look into these discrepancies in Georgia, and we're not looking, if we're not looking at figuring out if this happened in other places across the country, then we just simply don't care about our elections anymore. And if a candidate running for Senate is not going to show the people that they care about election integrity and election security, then they haven't earned your vote. And then they're not different than Democrats. Loeffler and Perdue, if they don't call for these irregularities to be looked into, they're no different than Democrats. And then why would I expect them to behave differently in the Senate? What's the difference? Now, I'm not trying to tell anybody to stay home, but I'm telling you, I'm telling you, if your politicians have not earned your vote, do not feel obligated to vote for them. If Kelly Loeffler and David Perdue don't want to make a call to look into these obvious irregularities, I'm not even going to call it fraud. Play it fair. Even if it's just irregularities, we deserve to know what the hell went on. And if they're not going to call publicly for answers to be given, to ensure confidence among their constituents about the election, then I'll tell you what, they're no different than Democrats. How do I know they're not going to vote like Democrats in the Senate? How do I know they're not going to be a new pair of Mitt Romney and Jeff Flake? How do I know that? I don't. And I wouldn't feel comfortable. I wouldn't feel comfortable voting for people who have not earned my vote. That's my point. So you had all these people, getting all crazy. Oh, you can't tell them to not, like, the Ben Shapiros of the world. I'm sorry. I know people are going to go, you don't like Ben Shapiro? No, I don't. I think he's a fraud. Shapiro, by the way, came out, you shouldn't be going to these people's public houses. You shouldn't be going to their private homes. Why, Ben? Why? Because they're going to stop lining your back pocket? Why? Because this is too conservative for you? God forbid, right? There's real conservatives out there who are actually pro-life and anti-war. God forbid we don't want to go to war for shooting down a drone over Iran. Oh, Ben Shapiro, I'll tell you. The guy, and people go, oh, he's so smart. I'm not saying he's not smart. I'm saying he's a fraud. A lot of frauds are smart. Bernie Madoff was very smart, but he was a fraud. Okay? And Shapiro, while he's extremely intelligent, all right, first of all, he's got to debate somebody who's not a college student one day in his life. But he's a smart guy. He's a very smart guy. I respect his intelligence. When it comes to political analysis, I couldn't care less. He's gotten almost everything wrong. He's a policy nightmare. Do you really want to trust a guy who wants to go to war over shooting down a drone? But the drone was worth $16 million. That's our fault. Why would you spend $16 million on a drone? Don't show up in front of people's houses like they did in Michigan. Oh, you didn't see what we did to Cuomo, Mr. Shapiro. And Hillary. Why? Oh, why? What did we do wrong? So Ben Shapiro, the constitutional guy, is telling us not to express our constitutional rights. I love the guy. Fraud. What a fraud. Great. Yeah, it's really something else. And I know a lot of people, oh man, Ben Shapiro, don't fight with him. I'm not fighting with him. I'm just calling him out. Fraud. I don't trust the guy. Sorry. Again, smart, but I don't really trust him. When you look at what's going on in the House, I think House of Representatives, I think there's only 25 Republicans who don't want the irregularities to be looked into. So, and that's in the House of Reps. And when you think about that, that's 25 out of a much larger number. So the rhinos are in the minority in this party, which is at least a good thing. I think it's also time we stop referring to the Republican Party as the grand old party. And while I love my elders, I respect them and everybody who's been involved in the party for so long, calling yourselves the grand old party is not going to attract the youth. Okay? It's not going to attract the youth. The next stop, Shapiro's house. No, I don't know if we want to do that. He'll be the one to get us arrested. He gets butthurt over things like this, obviously. But I don't think we should be the grand old party anymore. I'm just saying. That's not going to... If I was like a 16, 17-year-old, do I really want to vote for the grand old party? Nah, man, I want to be a Bernie pro. Healthcare. $15 an hour minimum wage. Right? But anyway, I'm going to stop complaining about people I don't like because, remember, you don't want to tell people what you're not. It's not about negativity. But, this is not the grand old party anymore. Patriot Party. The MAGA Party. The loud party. By the way, I think it would be pretty funny. We have the new Christmas ornaments, the loud majority Christmas ornaments. I don't know. I think it'd be fun if we called them loud balls. I don't know. Loud balls. Get your loud balls here. Okay. Um. Okay. Let's talk about what's going on. Now, first of all, let's talk about yesterday for a little bit because I want to just give a shout out to guys like Nick, Eric, Dave, New Jersey, um, Carlos, Javier for mapping out the route yesterday. I mean, guys did a great job. And it was a great time seeing everyone come together. And, honestly, wish it lasted longer. Wish I could have talked to more people. I say that every time. Loved you guys. And I don't want to fracture the Republican Party, though. I just want people to come to their damn senses. Like, we don't like communists, okay? We just stop finding common ground with commies. Pretty silly thing to do. You know? But yeah, it was a great time. It was a great time with all these groups. And the fact that Pennsylvanians and New Jerseyans and Connecticut people, I don't know what to call a person from Connecticut, a Connecticutian, Connecticutian, Connecticut people. The fact that they were out there at Cuomo's house is funny. They hate him as much as we do because when King Cuomo does something, all the rest of them do the same thing. And so they were there. And I hope they come to DC on the 12th because that's going to be a really great time. DC on the 12th is going to be a really great time. And I wish I could tell you some things. I might have some more information for you on Wednesday. Got some rumors now, but I don't want to say anything that could potentially get me in trouble. So instead, let's talk about Thursday real quick. Thursday is usually Belmore Day. But a story broke last week about the Bethpage USPS, the distribution center, and I'm going to write the address now. The distribution center is 288 Grumman Road West, and that's in Bethpage, New York. All right, so 288 Grumman Road West, Bethpage, New York. And that's where we're going to be rallying on Thursday to stop the steal. So we're going to go right back into a stop the steal rally. I can't spell Thursday, apparently. A little rusty. You know what I'm saying? I haven't done this in a while. So here's your address for this week, Thursday. 288 Grumman Road West, Bethpage, New York. We're rallying Thursday. And the rally on Thursday is going to be from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. around. You want to stay later, you can stay later. If you don't, you don't. That's the Bethpage USPS Distribution Center. That's where the truck left with ballots headed for Pennsylvania. Why Pennsylvania ballots were, again, across state lines, I don't have an explanation for. Was it fraud? I don't know. Was it malicious? I don't know. I want an explanation. Did simply these ballots just get lost within the USPS system? It's possible. They lose mail all the time. 288,000 ballots get lost and show up in Bethpage. Oh, my goodness, we got to get these to Pennsylvania. It's possible. I'm willing to hear an explanation. The problem is I haven't heard one yet. And we deserve one because if we do not consent, we will not. That's the mentality we need to take forward. If we do not consent, we will not comply. Okay? If we do not consent, we will not comply. Do you really believe Trump only won Suffolk County by 232 votes? 232 votes? So you're telling me that a relative nobody and Kevin and Heather, I'm not going to call nobodies on camera, but I think they tell you the same thing, right? We're not special. We're just regular people. And the rest of us, Dave, Casey, Brian, Nick, Jay, all you guys that help make it go all the time. Okay? You're going to tell me that a bunch of us, regular people, working class people, organized 10,000 cars plus going from the Seaford train station to Montauk Point. You're going to tell me that that happened and then the Republican candidate for president only won that county by 232 votes? You're going to tell me that the following week when we went from Farmingdale to Eisenhower Park and joined with other groups, there were 15,000 cars plus in attendance that day where they shut the park down because that's how afraid they got? You're going to tell me that he lost Nassau County by 70,000 votes? And that Donald Trump only won Suffolk County by 232 votes? You expect me to believe that? They do expect you to believe that. They expect you, and they really hope that you believe that. They hope that you believe something so ridiculous as that, so that when they can teach you to do things that are a little easier, it's like, oh, well, we're already used to listening to government. They would never lie to us. Never, right? Tell me 15 days to slow the spread. 15 days, right? 267. That's what today is. Joe Biden, 100 days. We're going to do masks for 100 days and then we're done. Yeah, we're not falling for that again. Sorry, we're not idiots, okay? So it's very simple. And I've been saying this since literally November 4th, the day after the election. Turn off the media. You got to turn them off. I have not watched probably a collective hour of Fox News, including Tucker Carlson. And I love him, and Hannity, and Laura. I have not watched a collective hour of Fox News over the last month. I've watched a little bit of Newsmax. I like them. But I have not watched. Turn it off. The media is not telling you what you need to hear. They're telling you what they need you to hear. Okay, one more time. The media is not telling you what you need to hear. They're telling you what they need you to hear. What does that mean? That means they have a story to tell you that's loosely attached to the real story. But they have engineered the story to keep you coming back. You see what I'm saying? They're not telling you what you need to hear. They're telling you what they need you to hear so that they can keep you with the eyeballs on the screen so that they can stay in business. So don't turn on the media. Maybe Newsmax. Newsmax is okay. But I'm saying loosely rely on the media. Do your own research. Dig. Go on Twitter. Look at your sources. Find people that you trust. Find people. Kyle Becker is a great example. And before he started blowing up, I mean, we had a recording in the Freedom Book studio where I was talking about Kyle Becker before anybody else was talking about Kyle Becker. As I've been following him for a while, Kyle Becker's been a hidden gem for years. Kyle Becker. Oh, there you go, right there. Tracy B. I listen to Patriot on Sirius all day. Tracy, are you an Andrew Wilkow fan? The arguments on this radio program cannot be broken. We're right, they're wrong, and that's the end of the story. Sirius XM 125. Great Andrew Wilkow. You could trust him. Andrew Wilkow. Blaze TV, another one. There you go, right here. Andrew Wilkow is on B. Says she loves Andrew Wilkow. Tim Gordon for great election coverage. I agree. We were on his podcast. I was actually on his podcast, Rules for Retrogrades, last week. When we were talking about some of the election. Mark Levin Another one. Another great. And it's funny because Levin is very much in the Shapiro kind of bubble. But Levin, a little further to the right of Shapiro, a little more consistent. And Mark Levin's constitutional knowledge is second to none. And between you, me, and the tree, one of my idols. So Thursday, 288 Grumman Road West. And you have to make sure you put in Grumman Road West. Thank you to Steve, Unfiltered Conservative, because he went to 288 Grumman Road. He said it took him 7 minutes down the road. There was no post office. Okay. 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. It's going to be Belmore at Bethpage. Okay. Same attitude, same vibe, same noise, same volume, all of it, but at Bethpage instead of Belmore, because that story broke last week. Then Staten Island went off the chain, and we all showed up there. You guys did a great job. I was watching from upstate. Good job to everybody who went to Staten Island. And then we did Cuomo over the weekend and Hillary over the weekend, and a little bit of, Cuomo must go, and the picture was great. The birthday cake was great. The whole thing was fantastic. But rather than hit Belmore, I love Belmore, my favorite. It's the loudest street corner in the United States. I love Belmore. Rather than hit Belmore this Thursday from 4 to 6, we're going to go to 288 Grumman Road West, Bethpage, New York. It's the USPS Distribution Center. That is where the truck left from Long Island to Pennsylvania with the ballots. He went to Harrisburg. He sat there for 6 hours. They sent him to Lancaster. Leaves the trailer overnight. The trailer's missing the next morning. Would I love to go to Lancaster and rally out there and say what the hell happened? Yes, but we're not from Lancaster. We're from Long Island. So we're going to go there, 288 Grumman Road West, Bethpage, New York, at 4 p.m. Meet there at 4 p.m. Okay? And that's on Thursday. I'll be there. It'll be a great time. Be a great time. And this is not the post office, it's the Post Office Distribution Center. And they are open after 4 p.m. They are open after 4 p.m. It's a different thing than just the post office. It's the distribution center. They work a little longer. And from what I understand, there's a person of interest who is there till 6. So we are going to be, again, thank you to Steve, Unfiltered Conservative, today. He went out there and he bullhorned the hell out of the manager, who was the guy, apparently, who, sent the truck. So Steve was on the ground today out there, and he did a great job. And he always does a great job. Amish loud majority. I could just, there was a couple of pictures. The Amish with their horse-drawn carriages, right? With the flags off the back. So why not? It's a horse and buggy caravans. Yeah, that would be something else. So we'll be good to go there. So that's going to be a Stop the Steal event, 288 Grumman Road West, Bethpage, New York. And obviously the event was made by the inside source known as Donald Capozzo. He seems to know a lot. I don't know. He just knows a lot. He's a very smart guy. I got to do something here. I actually want to post the, I'll do it later. I'll put it on Parler. Now this weekend obviously is Washington, D.C. This is a good one right here. I like this one a lot. Follow the postmaster home and rally there too. Jim, I'm sorry. Ben Shapiro doesn't want us to do that. So we can't do that. Oh boy. So there you go. There we go. Brian is starting the Pike County loud majority in Pennsylvania. Keep pushing west. When do we take over west of the Mississippi? That'd be pretty cool. That's such a great thing. Yeah, like let's just spread the loud majority everywhere. Let's do it. I will go state to state. I'll go to all 50 states and open something up. I swear to God, this is going to be a great time. I'll go. I have so much energy right now. That trip hunting, and I'll tell you what, it was a great trip. The only deer I saw was the one that I almost ran over on the way home. And that's okay. I still had a great time in the woods, in the tree. No noise. It was quiet. It was a wonderful time. Disconnected. It was great. Okay. So I got all the energy in the world. I'll go every state. Let's go. Let's go. Who wants to go? Someone wants to start one in Texas? Let's do it. I'm in. Because if this ideology, if loud majority, the ideology of just look, stay loud. It's a great thing. Stay loud. Stay loud. Stay. Don't just be loud when it's convenient. Stay loud. Florida does have a loud majority now. This is true. What is this? It says, I want to go somewhere warm. By the way, the first blizzard that we have this year, who's ready for a Long Island loud majority snowball fight? That'd be a fun time. Or like a sledding caravan. We'll throw Trump flags on sleds and just go down all the hills on Long Island. Oh, did he say it? Yes. Yes. Nick Vaccaro from the Huntington Valley loud majority. Patriotic deplorables, Huntington Valley loud majority. He had his thing. Alaska loud majority on dog sleds. I'm down for that. I'm so down for that because I love Huskies. Okay. Alaska loud majority on Nick. You think I'm joking? We get a week in the winter. We can get a bunch of us to go do like the dog sleds with flags off the back of the. Let's do the Iditarod. Let's do the Iditarod, and we'll just flag drop the whole Iditarod in Alaska. Yes, this is a good idea. This has legs, and then we can go to. Jason Wells says I'm working on North Carolina. Then we can go to make an igloo and find ballots in the igloo. We'll take the snowballs over to Cuomo's house. Oh my God. So this is great. So again, I mean, I want to take this everywhere. Why not? Because first of all, we have a great time. We have fun. But second of all, it's going to make a difference. If we show everybody that it's okay to stay loud, it's okay to voice your opinion, if it's okay to be a conservative, my goodness. It's hard to tell. You know what's funny? It's hard to tell people. Not for me. I don't care what anyone thinks, but I'm a conservative. I actually. Is anybody looking? I voted for Trump in the election. Why do we have to be like that? I voted for Trump. Hell no. I voted for Donald Trump. Oh, you racist. Really? You're a fascist, really. That's unbelievable. So I'll take this everywhere. I'll take it everywhere. And this is why, again, Thursday, Bethpage, but really, it's a big deal. We're going to Washington, D.C. on the 12th. It's going to be a national thing. It's going to be a national thing. People from all across the country are going to be at this event. It's something you're not going to want to miss. And I have some details and information that once I'm given the go-ahead to share, you're going to be blown away. You're going to be excited. You're going to want to be there. You're not going to want to miss it. I really hope that the majority of you who are watching and who have been there since September 6th, who have been there, from the beginning. It's 12 weeks ago. I really hope that you don't think you're wasting your time just because the election didn't go yet the way we thought it would go. I really hope that you don't think you're wasting your time. And I don't think people do. I think, the announcements obviously speak for themselves. I don't think people are thinking that they're wasting their time. But know that this event in DC and what you're a part of here on Long Island in a blue state is it's something very special. It's something that obviously this region hasn't seen before. And people are taking notice across the country because they've never seen that. Well, how the hell would this happen in New York? It's a blue state. Well, I don't know. I put an idea out on Facebook. I put an idea out on Facebook and people got excited about it, and now look where we are. Our Facebook group just went over 20,000 members. I laugh because Facebook, I'm not allowed there. But Heather's doing a great job running that page. And the Silent Assassin's going to be the Silent Assassin, Brian Lenz is going to be now what is this? He's going to be running the page too. Now what is this? James Farnocci, I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Rally in Queens at my place. I'm down. James, if you follow me on Instagram or Twitter, just reach out. Let's talk about that because I want to make some inroads in Queens. So 288 Grumman Road, West Bethpage, New York. Let me change that there. That doesn't need to be up there anymore. Captain's Corner, right back. There's boom. Washington, D.C., the 12th. So I'm going to be getting there on Friday the 11th, probably a little bit later at night. Be staying over and then leaving Sunday morning. The rally in D.C. is going to be fantastic. There's going to be a really cool event from 9 to 11 organized by a person that I know pretty well. We spent some time together. He's been to a few of our rallies. Into specifics until I've been told to do so. I'm saying there's an event from 9 to 11 in the morning in D.C., and then our event is going to be from 12 till around 3 or 4 o'clock. And I can't give you any more information than what I've just given you. But when I can give you the information, I will give it to you. I don't hold information back. But we don't want to deal with leaks. So we're talking about James Comey, Andrew McCabe. These are leakers. Leakers, they're terrible people. They leaked the information. They got out to the media that everything got ruined. It was a terrible thing. And we're not going to make that mistake. We're not going to leak. You know, they say loose lips sink ships, and so do icebergs if you ask the Titanic. But you say loose lips sink ships, and we're looking at it, and we say, unbelievable that these people are leaking the info. So we're not going to leak the information once I'm given the okay. I'll probably have the okay to start talking about this on Wednesday. So we'll be doing another stream, and it'll be Wednesday from the Freedom Book Studio. In the green screen, I'll have Kevin and Heather there, and we'll have a good time on Wednesday. But DC on the 12th, it's going to be a really, really good time. And the information that I know, I really want to tell you, it's going to be great, though. It's going to be great. Yesterday, I think, went really, really well. For those of you who were there, awesome. If we guys, we get to DC, I mean, let's go with flags, shirts, any loud majority gear that you have, throw on. People are going to look, what the hell is that? What is that? Oh, it's like Long Island, New York? Long Island, New York? Okay, so the website. The website's good. You can submit orders through the website, but apparently... I see this. This is so funny. You know, Andrew Cuomo has a pond, and if... I don't ice skate. Okay. I don't ice skate just like I wasn't born to go on ice. I don't ice skate. Okay. But I mean, that would be really funny. That would be really funny. Someone's fired up about DC. Someone's real fired up. There you go. Claudia knows what's up. But Vanessa says, was the website coming along? So the website's good. You can submit orders to the website, but the About Me section, I think, is in Latin. So Anti-M. We need a more secure way of communicating without the trolls. We have one. It's called ourfreedombook.com. Get on there. We've got a group. I'm on there. Okay. And we know the owners is Dave and Casey Lipsky. These guys are the ones. These guys are the ones. Who? Oh, Brian, I'm going to get to that. Don't worry. These guys are the ones who bring the Freedom Bus. Ourfreedombook.com. Get on it now. That's our secure. Now, Brian said we need to be skating on the pond in Rangers jerseys. I don't necessarily think that's a good idea. Generally, when the Rangers take the ice, bad things happen. Disappointment happens. So we'd rather not do that. James, I wanted to feed the ducks. James, I hate to break this to you. They were actually geese. I think they were geese. I'm sorry. I think they were geese. We can have a snowman building contest. Richard Sosnowy. We could have a snowman building contest. Who could build the best snowman at Cuomo's house? How about build the best snow Cuomo? Snowmo. A snowmo contest. Snowmo. We're going to close down my road. Laura said she's going to bring her son in for a hockey game on the pond. Laura, okay. I saw that one. Laura, I can't ever get out of my head that video of your son just leveling that guy on the ice with the hockey. Oh, my God. That was great. And he's a Rangers fan, but it's okay. No to the Rangers. Sorry. Islanders only. I apologize. We just can't do this right now. Okay. Loud Islanders. What is this? I tried a few. Oh, I clicked the wrong thing. Dana's got it. Dana knows what's up. Mr. Red, White, and Blue. Come on. Dana knows what's up. Islanders only. That's right. Islanders only. I know he plays for them. Islanders only. Yes. They're supposed to start on January 1st. I don't know how this turned into a sports talk thing. Tracy says, how was the Secret Service? They were great. That picture that you saw with the Cuomo must go sign, hat tip to Rita Palma. They took that picture, Secret Service. They were laughing their butts off. And then we played the Governor Cuomo's coming to town parody. Hat tip to Salty Boy. LILM Rangers Islanders game trip. Yeah, when they let us back in because of the China virus. Okay, the China virus is a terrible thing. Don't start with me with this guy. Yeah, he's starting it. Here he goes. This guy's starting. This guy's an I fan. Yeah, don't start in. You're worried about it when you shouldn't be worried about it. Oh boy, I can't deal with that. 1983, last cup you'll ever see. The only reason why I put that up there is because it rhymes. Other than that, we call it fake news. It's fake news. Secret Service was great. Secret Service was fantastic. And then the Secret Service over at Hillary's was funny, too. They were laughing. A lot of the stuff we were saying, they were laughing. Secret Service was really, really good. It's a good time. So the 12th is DC. By the way, at Bethpage on Thursday, I'm working on trying to get media down there just because it's a news story that's kind of breaking. I'm talking to a few people, spoke to a few people tonight. They're going to try and get media down. We do have some ties to Newsmax. We'll try and get them down there on Thursday at Bethpage. I really want this to be huge for a couple of reasons. Number one, it'd be great to just be big and loud in another place. Okay. But number two, the momentum that we can carry into DC by showing up at Bethpage, by showing, everyone's focused on Georgia, Pennsylvania, Michigan. New York is kind of forgotten about. We're just a blue state. It's always blue. Let's make a damn scene at Bethpage. Let's be so loud at Bethpage. When we first started, they can't ignore us anymore. Let's do it. Could you imagine? We're in all our gear. We're at Bethpage. Media's out. Hannity's been talking about Bethpage nonstop for a week. He'll probably mention it. Okay. And we're in DC 2 days after that at a rally, and we're wearing the same stuff that we were wearing at the Bethpage rally. And people are coming up to you and saying, wow, weren't you the crew at Bethpage in New York? I thought New York was a lost cause. Weren't you the crew at Bethpage? Wait a second. I heard of you guys. You guys were on Fox and Friends. You did that thing, the Montauk. Right? Oh, my goodness. The people know who we are. So let's make Bethpage huge. Let's roll that momentum into DC on the 12th. Let's get the eyes of the president. Let's get the eyes of some higher ups in his circle. Let's get the eye of Hannity, who's from Long Island, or Brian Kilmeade again, or someone like Jesse Waters, or even Andrew Wilkow or Dan Bongino. They both grew up on Long Island. Let's get those guys attention. You know, you're dealing with sworn statements and things that have come through. Bethpage is going to be, excuse me. Bethpage is going to be. We need this to be big, and it's not a call for desperation. Because I know you guys are going to come through. I'm just saying, this could literally make a difference. And we're all talking about sending. You know, we're all talking about putting loud majority across the country. Well, Bethpage in DC, two really good ways to do that. So be on our A game at Bethpage. I'll have a voice. We'll be rocking and rolling at Bethpage. And then DC is going to be something else. So Trump has what do you got it? Trump has acknowledged New York rallies. But yes, we will get the media down there, and we're going to try to anyway. And it sounds like we should have some sort of coverage down there. The president does know who we are, absolutely. So, Joe, you are. So this guy, I met him yesterday. I've met him a few weeks ago too, but going to tell my job I have COVID at 3:30 on Thursday to get to Belmore at the Bethpage at 4. That's amazing. That is amazing. Any questions? Again, here's where we're meeting on Thursday, 288 Grumman Road West. And the West is the most important thing. 288 Grumman Road West, Bethpage, New York. Rally on Thursday instead of Belmore. I hate to do that to Belmore, but I really want to go to Bethpage and make some noise in front of these people. Steve already went out there with the bullhorn today and kind of got it warmed up for us. Although Steve doesn't warm up for nobody. That man is the headliner all the time. I love it. Oh, he's perfect on the bullhorn. Perfect. I was driving behind him yesterday. I kept seeing his head come out the window with the bullhorn. He was bullhorning every car that went down the road. Nobody's got the energy. His energy is out of control. Steve, Unfiltered Conservative on Instagram. Take a look. Another one you should follow, The Loud Patriot 1 on Twitter. Salty Boy Custom Tackle. Separate the State. Got another 400 signatures. He's got about 20-something thousand signatures on the petition to separate New York State. I believe 50,000 in this, and the petition has to be acknowledged by the U.S. Congress. So we're close to getting an acknowledgement by the Congress. I'm not saying we're close to splitting the state, but we're getting acknowledgement. We're getting recognized. Salty Boy Custom Tackle. Please give him a look. The Loud Patriot 1 on Twitter. Salty Boy Custom Tackle on Parler. The Loud Patriot 1 on Instagram, and his YouTube channel, Separate the State. His MeWe group also, MeWe.com/SeparateNYS. So check him out as well. And another shout out to Tina Forte. Tina Forte came out to our Cuomo Must Go press conference event on Saturday, and she was insane. I mean, just in a great way. And she's great. You know, you see her going nuts on and I told her this. I said, you see her going nuts in the car. She's going crazy talking about politics and everything. I'm like, you're political Vic DiBitetto. You know Vic DiBitetto, the bread and milk guy. She's like that, but with politics. And I was like, you're like Vic DiBitetto. I know you know who that is, and I love it. She's great. She came down to the Cuomo event. She spoke. It was awesome. She did a flag drop yesterday in New York City. Awesome. And she just did such a great job. and talking to her, and we took the picture, and it was great. She was she's something else, and I can't wait to continue working with her in the future. She's going to be in DC as well, so we'll see if we can link up and do that as well with Tina, because she's great. But folks, this is it. This is We the People time. It's We the People time. It's time to embody the spirit of 1776. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men and women are created. Well, men is said in there, but all men and women are created equal. They're guaranteed certain unalienable rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Was it the exact line is the exact line is we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. So all men are. We are endowed by our Creator with certain unalienable rights, and among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Josh, she says, the thing. We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men are created, the thing. So I think we got everything out of the way, though. Thursday, 288 Grumman Road West, Bethpage, New York, 4 to 6. And then Saturday, December 12th, Washington, D.C. We won't have a Long Island rally this time, this weekend, but we will be in D.C. So if you're coming to D.C., I will have information about where we're meeting, things like that. As soon as I'm allowed to tell you that, I'll tell you that. That's what we all know. Hotel Harrington, we're staying at Hotel Harrington. I can tell you that. And as far as the other details come, I will be allowed to tell you soon. I just can't do it yet. You got to understand that. It's just, one thing about DC, though, once we hit around 4:30, 5 o'clock, we need to get off the streets, get back to the hotels, and, because it gets bad out there. Okay, so we got to be careful, heightened alert of Washington, D.C. Other than that, I think we're good. I think we're pretty good here. We went on around 9. It's 10:12. So I think we're done. I'm not going to do an after party. I'm going to rest these vocal cords, and because I did a pre-party anyway. And I have rally withdrawal too, Diane. I have rally withdrawal too as well. Folks, thanks again for kicking it with me, another Captain's Corner. It's been 2 weeks since I've done it. Obviously, I was upstate last Monday, so I am Captain Deplorable, and I'm very happy to see you guys all still sticking with this, keeping the energy high, keeping the volume high. We the people need to stay loud. Remember, if we do not consent, what comes after that? Who knows the answer? The first person who knows the answer gets the shout out on the screen. If we do not consent, what's the answer? Let's wait. If we do not consent, who's got it? Who's got it? I'm waiting. If we do not consent, we will not comply. There it is. You got it. Who's got it? Oh, everyone's putting it at the same time. Trisha Mahoney was the first person to put it. Oh, no. We will not comply. There you go. Trisha Maloney. If we do not consent, we will not comply. I love it. If we do not consent, we will not comply. That is it. I love that. I think a lot of people like that. But it's true. That's the way government, that's the way it works. If we do not consent, we will not comply. And that's the message that we need to keep sending to everybody. Until Thursday, folks. I'll be back live Wednesday. Wednesday again, I'll be back live broadcasting from the Freedom Book Studio. Hopefully with more information about DC, information that we can share. Thank you guys for kicking with me tonight. I will catch you guys later. Please, one thing I'm going to tell you, the Donald Capozzo account on Facebook, don't send it messages. I don't use it. I only use it. It's only used to make events and stuff. If I can't go on, listen, I am persona non grata on Facebook. You guys saw that last week when I made a new Facebook account and broadcast it to Facebook. And within 20 minutes of the live stream being on, I was shut down. So, but the good news is I have a new cell phone coming, so we'll see what happens if I can make an account there and stay on there for more than a couple days. Who knows? But This was Captain's Corner. Thanks a lot again for kicking it. And looked like we got a lot of traffic on the YouTube channel tonight, probably the most that we've had. The Twitter account's not so much, but the YouTube has garnered the majority of the views tonight, which is exactly where we want to be. Please like and subscribe. Please like and subscribe and share the YouTube channel with your friends. Anybody you think would be interested, like, subscribe, share. Like, subscribe, share. We're not going to get any favors done for us by social media other than our Freedom Book, who does us tons of favors. Like, subscribe, share the YouTube channel, please. I'm going to be getting the custom URL done hopefully this week once the account turns 30 days old. And until Wednesday, folks, I will. You'll hear from me. You'll see. And any information that comes out, I will let you know. But hopefully we'll have some more information about Washington, D.C. on Wednesday. Also, maybe additional information about Thursday at the Bethpage rally, 4 p.m., 288 Grumman Road West, Bethpage, New York. Thanks for kicking it with me again here. I love it. I enjoy every minute of it. You're talented, beautiful people I've never seen. A bunch of people as talented and beautiful as the people who watch Captain's Corner and Loud Majority Live. You're doing a fantastic job. And if the governor says we're going to close down the schools, you're in an orange zone, you're in a red zone, we just say that doesn't matter, because if we do not consent, we will not comply. Thanks, guys. I will talk to you soon, and I'll catch you on the next live on Wednesday. Until then,